Power Book 4 Force Episode 5, Storm's Coming. The opening scene was, I think Tommy and Maya was getting it on. I don't know why.
Another random power sex scene
I don't know
that they
why
can get
they
back
just-
to. They missed it so much. They was like, we ain't dealing with these fucking teenagers no more. Everybody fucking.
Yeah, I mean, there was really no
It was
real
random
reason.
as hell, right? It was random as shit.
As fuck.
Like, didn't they end the last episode fucking in his mirror?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I figured it would be some sort of foreshadowing, but it really wasn't.
Nope.
So, I don't know.
I also don't understand what Gloria got going on, man. Like, I really don't. When they were doing the preview of last week's episode, or the recap of last week's episode, I went back to that conversation that her and Vic had, and it was just like, wait, what? Like when she told him, "Oh, stop trying to buy me and fight for me." Wait, stop. What are you talking about? What was that?
No, you're with Tommy now.
No, I was about to say, that definitely sounds like you're leaving a door open, in which if you're leaving a door open, you probably shouldn't be carrying on over here.
I don't know.
With the person that he's working. It's just like, it was, I
don't know, bro.
don't shit where you eat, kind of, you know, maybe.
They're going to have to get into her character more. Like,
Give
what's
me
her
more.
actual...
Her and Seamus, y'all going to have to run that. Let me know. What the fuck is going on?
All right. So Lil Bro goes to the shop with Jeremiah to further reiterate that he wants to take over. And he drops some info on what he sacrificed to become who he is now, which namely college plans, it sounded like. My issue with that scene is, does Lil Bro not realize that Jeremiah is just lining this all up to actually become the guy?
Hey, Josh, I swear to God, if this is a fucking Jeremiah deep fake, it's been me all along arc, I am going to fucking cry. I'm going to fucking cry because he either got a big homie in the writer's office, like one of his OGs, one of his boys, or he's slaying someone in the writer's room.
Let me find out he's slaying Courtney Kemp.
Like, first of all, every time Jeremiah speaks in his fucking song in his show, it's like, bruh, you could not have practiced this as many times as you were supposed to.
Yeah, he's not the best.
Delivery is off. It's not believable. It always seems like he's lying.
Oh yeah,
but it makes me feel like that's not really what's going on. He's just not a very good actor.
Apparently Courtney Kemp and 2-Bit aren't together anymore. So Courtney Kemp and 2-Bit, the actor that was playing 2-Bit, were together.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. And so now they're not.
No, that's not a thing. That didn't happen. I don't believe you.
Do I got to pull up a picture or something to make you believe it?
That wasn't a thing.
Courtney Kemp and the actor who played 2-Bit were
dating.
Yeah. Yep. And so now that he's out of the picture, it's Jeremiah. How do you explain the theme song and the acting role?
She up. Courtney Kemp up.
I don't actually know if it's Jeremiah, but
because never mind. Let's move on.
But I definitely think he's in this to take out Lil Bro once he takes over CBI, so that he can be the guy.
I just think he's not a great actor, and he's not doing a very good role of portraying the lead peon. But whatever. I mean,
that's a fact.
In terms of Jenard and his plans, though, all right. So you were there while Diamond went down. You had to give up this, that, and the third to rise to the level that CBI is at right now. You could have let it die.
Yeah.
You made a choice, bro. You could have went on to college like you were supposed to and do whatever the fuck it was. Now, we don't know the particulars of that situation yet, and so I do think we'll get like a flashback or maybe a conversation between him and Diamond and see exactly what it was that Jenard felt like he had to give up when Diamond went down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, everything's a choice, right? I mean, you could have just let CBI go belly up.
Yeah.
You could have. And then also, all of this shit that you talking about, how you scratched and saved and you gave and you sacrificed and you built this and built that, fam, you could have sat there on your own 2 feet and said that to Diamond the minute he got out of jail.
Big facts.
You could have stood on your own 2 feet, 10 toes down, looked at that man in his face and said all of that shit to him. You know what you chose to do? Be a snake.
Mm-hmm.
Connive. Go behind his back. Lie. Scheme. Steal. It don't got to be like that. It don't. You feel like you owed something. You feel like you earned something. If CBI was really yours, you wouldn't be out here asking. You wouldn't be out here sneaking and hiding. Doing all of this shit behind his back, man. That's snake shit. It's very snake-like.
So Tommy and Liliana convene. Liliana eventually tells Tommy that he wants no parts of the Yardies, which seems to be a part of his plan. Then Tommy tells Liliana to tail Claudia. Claudia is going around the city making deals with her new drug, getting pre-order bags and whatnot. And Liliana is tailing her, which she's not very good at because she's not doing it in a car. She's just walking around following.
I would say that makes her a beast.
Really?
If I'm cruising around New York in a vehicle and you on foot and you still getting dropped,
yeah, I guess.
You gotta pay a junkie for some work like that.
Seems like you're doing more work.
Like, nigga, I'm footing it 19 blocks to keep up with you. Like, no, that's dedication.
It seems like a little much. Just get a car.
Or in Chicago, excuse me. I keep forgetting that we're not in New York anymore.
Yeah. Tommy pulls up on Diamond, and after a hilarious scene with a couple of OG restaurateurs, turns out Diamond called Vic Flynn to the table. Any thoughts on the new
before we
settlement?
get to Vic, is the guy not the guy who was standing at the table handing out the menus, who was pissed because Tommy only wanted coffee. Mm-hmm. The cook, the one behind the counter. Mm-hmm. Same guy that we see in the scene later with JP when he's talking to Tommy?
No. Two different guys.
Man, they look the same.
They looked pretty similar.
Them boys look the same. I was like, damn, so he met him before and it. Okay.
Yeah,
back to the conversation with Vic. Definitely saw this coming, right? Like, Daddy Flynn is not he's not seeing the full board. He's not, man. I think he's clinging on to the last little bit of control he has here in the last bit of his time on Earth, and so he's not really seeing the board all that clearly. In terms of how Flynn treats his daughter, how he treats Claudia, this is the first episode for me where some of that, it's not validated, but maybe we start to think about other reasons as to why he doesn't want her involved with the bulk load of the ruthless side of the business because of her temperament. Maybe there's some potential there that maybe Claudia gets carried away, because I can see her now. Look at how she's moving in comparison to Vic. Now they're both blazing their own paths. They're both doing their own thing in light of their father not listening to reason. But Vic's not loud. Mm-hmm. Vic's not aggressive. He doesn't push his hand where it's not necessary. Mm-hmm. I mean, he has some next level patience, which actually is fucking scaring me. How calm he is in some of these situations, because it's like, I see you. I've seen you in these first 3 or 4 episodes, and you seem like you've had everything handed to you. You seem very privileged. Right, you seem very fortunate, but like you don't react like a spoiled kid. He doesn't
as it pertains
like
to business, because when it comes to his relationships, complete 180.
I don't think so. I don't think so, because I think his propensity to work with Tommy shows that he's able to compartmentalize. Oh, girl, Claudia? No. The minute you said you was with me, I own you now. So now give me everything. Give me all your connects. Give me your chemists. Give me everything. It was all partnerships when we was naked and bumping uglies. Now it's give me everything I need. Oh, well, you're making a lot of demands. I sure am. I want to make sure I'm working with the right Flynn. You are. Wouldn't have brought that fucking chemist to that house.
We'll talk about that because we'll talk about that in a second.
No fucking way.
We'll talk about that when we get to it.
You too aggressive, fam, for a partner.
Tommy, Vic, and Diamond go to meet up with the Yardies. However, Diamond gets a call from Jeremiah saying the cops are on him. We see Seamus Bennigan, terrible name, look at the car, and Diamond recognizes him, obviously from the barbershop. But Vic is also paying him, so...
Boy, Seamus look like that frog meme.
That's a fact.
Boy, look like that frog meme.
That is a fact.
I don't know what the fuck his deal is. Like, how you playing tough? First of all, Vic was a little bit too calm for me after they kind of sorted all that out because, fam, am I paying you not to give me a heads up on what's going on?
Yeah.
Should I be seeing you pulling up in here before you shoot me a text, anything?
That's why
not you walk into my car asking me why I was somewhere.
That's why he threatened his sister.
Who the fuck are you talking to, Seamus?
That's why he threatened his sister.
Yeah, bro. What are you talking about, bro? I pay you. Did you forget how this works?
Yeah, no.
He had all the smoke for Diamond Sampson. He went in there all gung ho on Sampson. He's sitting over here talking to Vic, and he like, fuck. You seem to be holding your tongue a whole lot more, aren't you? Caleb Houston, 3 number 2.
Gross. Okay. So Claud gets the drugs from Mai, I guess is her name, and she doesn't bring a lot of it. That causes Claude to ask who's cooking it up, obviously demanding to speak with the chemist and cook. So I guess my thing is, yes, she is being quite a bit aggressive, and that causes Homegirl to ask if she's working with the right Flynn. But how in the fuck does Mai think she's going to work with any other Flynn when they don't touch that shit? Right? Like, she really doesn't have anywhere else to go. So Claude kind of holds the cards.
I think Vic hasn't gone into the lot with his sister because he knows that's a red line with his father. Mm-hmm. So to a certain degree, it's kind of like the laws of power thing, right? You don't rock the boat where you don't have to. He knows his dad don't want that. He knows his dad doesn't want Claudia involved in that part of the business. So he stays away from it. If somebody else brought that opportunity to Vic, I think he would take it because he knows their business model is antiquated. Mm-hmm. I think if it was anybody other than Claudia, he'd be fine for it. So, yeah, no, there is potential for Mai to cut Claudia out. And that's where I feel like Claudia doesn't necessarily have the temperament to lead because she's blunt force. You know who she reminds me of? Other than Monet. But she also reminds me of Sid from Succession. Not Sid. Shiv from Succession, the sister. Mm-hmm. Because Shiv gets into this thing with Tom where it's her husband, meaning where she kind of neuters him, but then turns him into her blunt object. So when she needs a mediary between her and her father, it's Tom. If she needs to get information out of Logan or out of anybody else in the family, she uses Tom. When she needs a soundboard or somebody for advice, she uses Tom. But she doesn't give any of that back. It's just all for her benefit and for her use. But she pitches it to Tom as if they're business partners. We're partners in crime. We're doing this together. Me being successful is beneficial to you. That's how Claudia is giving it to Mai right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Me being successful helps you.
Well, at least with Shiv, there's a line of defense there. That's why she kind of uses Tom that way. Basically, since it's not coming directly from her, it's coming from Tom, or in any situation, she has, I guess, deniability.
Oh,
in that sense.
Sure.
So I don't see that being the case with...
Well, but ultimately, and I know you haven't watched it, it ended up backfiring on her because Tom began to realize, without getting too deep into detail, he began to realize that the relationship was one-sided. And so eventually he takes advantage of that and works it in his favor. So there's also a potential for you being so hard on the people that you're utilizing that eventually it's more beneficial to double cross you.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. in doing that, there's always a propensity for that to happen. So I mean,
you can only keep people scared to not touch you for so long.
I guess in this case, though, Maya just doesn't have the resources to do so right now.
Oh, no. But she's definitely planting a seed to be double crossed.
Yeah.
Which is one thing that I've never really understood about, bosses that take that route. Like, you can only control somebody with fear for so long before survival kicks in. Right? Like, if I come to terms with the fact that you will never see me as an equal, treat me as an equal, give me my fair share of the pie, right? You're bleeding me dry. I can sit here and die, or I can fight back. I can try to live. I can try to survive. Survival means you no longer being in the picture now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how someone can create that dynamic and expect to always have it, to always be solidified in that. It just doesn't seem like a very tenuous relationship at all. You're literally creating the opportunities for people to cross you.
Yeah. Fair enough. Vic offers to buy Tommy a shot after the situation with the Yardies at the spot. Tommy is hesitant to walk in, and Vic explains that, look, I know what's going on between you and Maya. Which he also explained that him and Glow are on a break, which I don't necessarily see it as that. I think she's just weighing both of her options at the moment. I thought that was weird.
Tommy think that shit funny. He like, what you into that type of shit? You want to watch? Fam, the fact that he didn't spaz on you or like even really get all that pissed off. He was not angry at all as he just very simply like, yeah, I mean, I know you're fucking her. It's temporary. We'll be back together. Oh, you want to watch while I'm fucking Gloria?
Then he said, like,
if you tell a nigga that you
got a
fucking
peanut
this bitch,
head and
and all these insults, and he hasn't changed this level of his eyebrow. It hasn't raised. It hasn't gotten tight or nothing. He plain face. Be scared of that nigga, man. Be scared of him. Be scared of Vic. He's too calm in these situations where he should be spazzing.
I would totally agree with that if we weren't watching Power. In the land where the hero always gets out of a situation.
I'll just say this. I do not think we have seen the full scope of Vic's character yet.
Oh, for sure.
I do not think we have seen the full scope of Vic's character. First of all, he's very, 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 very willing to do anything that makes sense financially. Mm-hmm. So don't put him past doing what's financially viable over choosing Gloria, number one. Don't put him past that. Number two, he's also willing to work with people that he does not get along with, like, respect, what have you, for the greater good, for the future, for long game. Mm-hmm. He's not a short-minded thinker. So even as he's sitting over here telling you, yeah, it's temporary, it's fine, do what you want, I'll be back later, don't think that he forgot that you've been laying with Gloria either. Because I definitely see a path here where he earns Tommy's respect by working with him. I mean, shit. He for sure earns his respect by the end of this episode. Mm-hmm. But then ultimately ends up biting Tommy in the ass. Like, did you think I was going to forget about you and Gloria or what? Hey, man, y'all better watch out for Vic.
Vic is going to probably, out of all the characters, go through one of the largest changes, obviously, especially if that comes at the hand of Walter Flynn dying. I mean, then obviously he is a major player at that point. But we'll get to that when we cross it in the season, or maybe next season. Walter and Vic get into a fight over their situation, and after Tommy broke it off with Maya, Walter meets with Tommy about what's going on behind his back.
Okay, so as far as Tommy and Maya breaking it, or Tommy and Gloria breaking it off.
No, bro, her name is Maya.
Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. I see it with Tommy, the business is more important. I literally just met you. I don't know if she was thinking something different. It seemed like her feelings was a little hurt.
Yeah, it did.
Like,
Which, how long has this situation been going on
For
compared
like
to
a week or two?
compared to your situation with Vic? Like, it's a little weird that you've grown this attached to Tommy.
That's what I'm saying, man. And I would hate for the rationale to be that, oh, well, she was trying to make Vic jealous, or she was trying to force Vic into fighting for her by, because I mean, like, look, you can have a drink with a nigga and pretend to go somewhere with him, like, oh yeah, let's go on a date. Not actually show up butt booty ass naked, you know what I'm saying?
Multiple times.
So like, I don't know. I don't know if she is upset that Tommy gave up on her, maybe? That Vic was able to, I don't know.
Or that her situation,
I don't know how to call it with her.
Her situation of leverage in the relationship is pretty much over now.
That too, because she was definitely, playing both sides of that fence. She was keeping Vic hanging on while she was having her fun with Tommy. Mm-hmm. So now, all of that shit is gone.
Yeah. And
she knows that Vic knows because she was watching them talk about it before Tommy came and told her that it was over with. Mm-hmm. I don't think she expected that. I think she probably expected Tommy to tell him to fuck off and keep on.
Yeah.
But it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a nigga to shoot you when you out on a run, somebody that you depending to watch your back because you smacking this girl that you don't even really like all like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He probably liked Gloria, but not enough to get shot over.
For sure. And that situation started as soon as he pulled up in the city. He could probably find somebody else.
Yeah.
Eventually. Liliana makes it back home after tailing Claude and gets her ass whooped over the drugs that she has. Turns out those drugs belong to the fucking Serbs.
We were so wrong. I think we mentioned something about the Serbs popping back up in our preview. So make sure you watch your boys. But we were wrong about who Liliana got those drugs from. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. That is not good. That's worse than the fucking Jimenez.
How many fucking
that's worse
Serb bosses are there?
So I had almost forgot about that time that they Tommy was working by himself. They thought that he was, trying to double cross him with Ghost. They took him out to that forest in the middle of the fucking night. Yep. Made him beg for his damn life. Mm-hmm. I forgot old girl talked Jason out of killing him.
Yeah.
So that made this this reunion very heartfelt. Yeah. Not very heart, but you know what I mean? Like, it was some emotion here. It was some, because obviously Jason ends up dead, not by Tommy's hand, but by Ghost. And so I'm sure now she's looking back on that like, damn, if I would have just let them kill you, maybe my husband would still be here,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. JP and Tommy sit down with JP's pops. One thing is true about this episode. Don't none of these OG black folk take no type of shit from no white man.
None.
Between the guys in the restaurant and now JP's dad, they are letting Tommy know, look, shut the fuck up. Which I thought was hilarious.
Also, like, if your mom is Kate Egan, then you can't be too much better, goddammit.
That's a fact, too. Which she did fuck Tommy up.
Yeah.
So he's not too wrong about that situation. After killing the Serbs that got Liliana, she informs Tommy that she found out that the Serbs have a female boss, which we kind of already talked about. Yep. The Serbs control a good amount of the west side, and obviously Tommy wants what he can get while also killing the Serbs who want to kill him. Any thoughts about that?
Smooth ass setup. Like let me take these niggas to a fucking underpass and give Tommy the heads up with something so subtle. Like, yeah, bring Ghost. That was hard.
Yep.
That was hard.
Turns out D-Mac, JP's son, was the one that was shooting up the club. And now he's back to do it again, but his homeboy wants some bread. JP comes out to confront them, and homeboy ups strap on JP. JP asks why he's been messing with the club, but D-Mac basically takes off without answering the question.
First of all, put the straps down or I'm going to go upside y'all's head with this bat is a nuts-ass threat to niggas with two guns. Nuts. He's at his absolute wit's end. He tired of having his shit fucked up. And he like, if y'all going to shoot me, shoot me. Otherwise, I'm going to go fucking Barry Bonds on y'all foreheads.
Yeah.
So, yeah, nuts. That's crazy. I think D-Mac bounces because his dad didn't recognize him. Because he's sitting there looking this man in the face, and he knows exactly who he's looking at. But his dad doesn't recognize him because remember, he took him, his mom didn't allow him to see him years ago. So, I mean, I'd assume, judging from the picture that Homeboy had in his little box, it's been at least a decade.
That's not what I got from that. But now that you mention it, it makes sense.
I
got that there was sirens in the background. He just dipped off because the police were coming.
I think he probably would have said something to him had his dad been like,
that makes much more sense.
Yeah, you know, he'd been like, son, or something like that. But he's staring this man in his face, and the man looking back at him ain't got nothing but anger and hate for him. And he's like, you don't see me.
Yeah.
Like, I've been trying to get back to you or see you or talk to you. That's probably why he's just been fucking up the place and not trying to rob it.
Yeah.
It's like it's an attention thing. It's like, I need to get your attention.
For sure.
And now I'm finally here with you face to face looking at you. And you don't even recognize me.
That makes perfect sense. Okay. So Tommy brings Liliana so that he can speak with Diamond about his whole situation with the Serbs. In that, Liliana apparently needs a babysitter. So Diamond gets Lil Bro to do it. A couple scenes later, Lil Bro is doing coke in front of Liliana, which I thought was absolutely crazy. But it gets worse. So Lil Bro finally pays Liliana her $8K that she's been asking for this entire time. And then he traces her scar and then kisses it. I didn't know what the fuck was up with that. I get if you want to make them have a relationship or whatever, cool. But that was
Liliana
weird.
do little shit like that. Remember when she after Tommy found the coke in her apartment, she was walking around in her drawers.
Yeah.
Remember she was with her and Paulie. Lose the mustache, baby. We can talk.
She uses her sexuality.
She does to get in. I honestly think Liliana's gonna be one of Tommy's greatest assets.
I would agree with that.
She's smart. She's able to get behind people's defenses. Did anybody else not? I don't think Jenard realizes it, but you basically tipped your hand on Tommy to Juliana
by offering her $80K to knock off Tommy
and letting her leave with that information that you want him dead that much.
Yep.
Like, I know you coked out right now, bro, but like when you sober up, you're going to have to recall that conversation and be like, damn. Yeah, so he know. He definitely knows. Okay. And so then how does that rabbit hole not lead to him? Because obviously Diamond don't want that. And the first thing Tommy is going to do is he's going to go to Diamond and be like, hey, do you want me dead $80,000 worth? That's how much you want me dead? Mm-hmm. And he gonna be like, oh well, I ain't know nothing about that. Let me talk to Lil Bro.
I think that goes hand in hand with the fact that he did the whole tracing of her scar and then kissed it. Because I think he thinks that he's cool enough with her that she won't go back to Tommy. Like, she didn't do it, but like,
I think she's gonna hold on to the information. I don't think she's gonna necessarily just run back and tell Tommy. But also, it is something that kind of puts his whole plan in jeopardy. You know what I mean? I don't even know why he would. It seemed very haphazard. Like, let me throw it out there and see if it happens.
I just think he thinks he has it like that with her now, which is maybe it's because of the coke. I don't know, but he's mistaken. I think in this case,
Okay.
I think he's mistaken. Okay, so Claude finally meets the cook of the new product, which it's a black woman. However, homegirl gets blackmailed into cooking drugs for her.
Mai's a snake.
Yeah.
Mai's a snake. Ain't no fucking way I'd have actually took that chemist. I'd have been like, no. Fuck me up. Try to hurt me. Do whatever the fuck you want. If I disappear, you'll never get any more of it.
That's okay. So that's the thing about their dynamic is that they really both need each other in this situation.
She didn't have to give up that leverage at all.
No, she didn't.
Turn around and say, fuck you, Claudia.
Yeah.
And then if you don't get the product after you've made all these promises, what are you going to do?
In fact, giving up the chef is a detriment to her because at any point, Claud can kill mine now. At this point,
you're useless. You've absolutely rendered yourself useless. So, and I don't think that's gonna stand because first of all, Claudia, you ain't gonna hold that black chemist down. You ain't about to hold her down, oppress her, turn her to your slave. It's not gonna happen. Not on Power Set. Not this season. See, that's where you fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking that you was gonna have a fucking black woman on a leash. That's your problem, Claudia.
Facts.
No, I don't think that's gonna last very long. That's what I'm saying. She's too strong. You didn't have to come in like that.
Yeah.
You did not have to come in automatically threatening her.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to spend every waking minute of my life while I'm working for you trying to get out of working for you. Everything I'm going to do is going to be, yes, towards keeping you happy so that I don't die. But on the other hand, I'm going to be looking for every opportunity to get away from you. When it's so much more beneficial for you to entice people to work for you, not leverage them into working. Because once you lose the leverage, you've lost your partner.
Being a good boss, especially in power, like the good gangsters, the good bosses, have the leverage, but don't use it until it's absolutely necessary.
You come out the gate with threats. That lets me know exactly where I stand with you from day one.
Mm-hmm.
And I will not blink at the chance at double crossing you because you're evil.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I said, man. We've been thinking that it was all just the fact that she was a woman that maybe why Walter didn't want her involved. And he, you know your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know your kids, and he's probably seen something in Claudia ever since ever since birth, maybe. Or at least a very young child that shows she just doesn't have the temperament to do something like that. But then she shows a lot of similarities to her father.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. Because he doesn't necessarily have the temperament, at least not at the moment.
Yeah.
Blew up an entire deal that he set up with Diamond Samson off of a whim just so he could recall a story. So,
especially when it doesn't make all the sense in the world, like Vic pointed out.
As he's losing money, as the business is failing.
Yep. Speaking of Vic, the last big scene that we see in this episode is Tommy going to meet up with the boss of the Serbs. Basically, she wants her drugs back, yada, yada.
Well, you can have the drugs, you just can't have Liliana, is what he told you. And damn, see, some more talking too much. You talking too fucking much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you came near to kill Tommy...
Kill him.
What the fuck we talking about? Yeah, why are we having this
He's got nobody behind him that you can see.
Kill him.
And you got all the manpower to do so. Make it happen.
Which makes me think she didn't really go there to kill Tommy. So then, why, if you're not prepared to die, why are you going to say something that's going to make somebody want to kill you?
Yeah, I don't understand that logic.
What if I tell my boss that Tommy Egan is living here in Chicago? Shouldn't have said that, bitch.
Vic shoots the two, and then Tommy does the deed. That shit was crazy.
He told you. He said, look, take your money, take the L, and go.
Yeah.
It don't got to be nothing else. This is what you came here for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take it, leave. We don't got to do nothing else. She didn't want that. Which I understand, again, because she is that woman who saved Tommy's life. And now Tommy is sitting here protecting, this girl, this chick, which honestly, the history between the Serbs and Liliana is honestly what's more interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because how the fuck did that happen?
Mm-hmm.
Did the Serbs pick up Liliana when they were going through their shit with Ghost and Tommy?
Or
as like a way of like, oh, well, you're one of the former carriers for Ghost's organization. You can give us information if we need to, kind of thing.
Yeah. It probably happened in Chicago, but obviously because the Serbs have a stronghold in Chicago, at least on the west side, maybe she got entangled with them somehow, and like you said.
Yeah, and so now it's going to be all out war. Now, Tommy doesn't have any soldiers. He's got fucking Vic and Liliana. And
Diamond.
Not Diamond, because he said he out on the whole Serb shit.
Fair.
Said, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have soldiers. How do you end up fighting the Serbs without manpower?
Mm-hmm.
You got money. He just needs some soldiers now. So I think that's going to be the next stop, is trying to put an apparatus around Tommy in the operation. He also needs a new plug now, because that was 4 keys of coke.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird that they were in a parking garage and nobody saw Vic walk up. It was a little weird, right?
Sneaky.
Like, it seemed like he walked up from the ramp that you go up in a parking garage.
Hey, Vic is a sneaker.
I guess. Any other thoughts on this episode at all?
Not particularly. Give us your thoughts and comments. Anything that stuck out to you about this episode, let us know in the comments below.
And make sure you check our Power playlist full of reviews of Power Book 2 Ghost, Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, and obviously Power Book Force. And make sure you subscribe. We like to talk about this every week.